Regards from Ramat B'Shemesh.
The Rebbe had a big turnout.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people. Wow.
In Novi the hero.
Just saying. Remove the stamp.
Erev Tov, everyone. Parsha begins by Elov Hashem, Be'elonei Mamre, Hu Yoshe Be'elonei Mamre, Hu Yoshe Pesach Oel Kechol Hayom. And what does it mean, Vayera Elov Hashem? So there are different streams in the Rishonim that discuss it, because we have all sorts of problems in the Parsha. Why does Avraham have one reaction and Sarah has another reaction? And why does the Torah give us all of the details of the menu of the food that she served? The Torah could have summed it all up in a few sentences, and we would understand what happened there to the extent that we can. So there's one stream which is not popular, but which many Rishonim follow the Rambam in the Moreh, that the whole thing is a dream. This is Avram's dream. Now, since Nevuah comes in a dream, so we cannot say it's an ordinary dream. But it's a dream. And if you say it's a dream, so Avram Avinu had the dream, but Sarah did not. And the commitment here that the dream indicates, Avram understood, and Avram, so to speak, tells over the dream to Sarah, and she says, the dream is not real. I'm 90 years old, I'm not having babies. So that's one stream, as I said. Now, the Rambam goes this way a lot of times in difficult understanding of, if you take the psukim literally. And so many disagree that that's not the way to learn Chumash. Because then once you go down the road of allegories and dreams, then nothing is nothing. Nothing remains. The famous Hasidic quip that Yaakov Avinu said, "Nasata li lechem lecho uveged lilboch." Give me bread to eat and garments to wear, and I'll be loyal to you. Why did you have to say? You should just say lechem beged. So the quip was that they knew, Yaakov knew that would come a Rebbe and say that lechem is not lechem and beged is not beged, and it's all to be understood differently. So he said, Minarli would starve to death. So therefore he had to say explicitly that it's going to be bread. So that's the sheet of the Rambam. Others follow him. Abu Draham, others follow him. Here he also seems to indicate to go in that direction, though he does not say so explicitly. Second understanding is that Avraham recognizes that he has angels. He becomes aware. So even though originally he thought they were three ordinary people, he becomes aware that they are angels. And he therefore realizes that one of them will embark on the destruction of Sodom. And that's why he immediately pleads for Sodom, because of the fact that he sees that the threat to destroy Sodom is real and immediate. And he wants to save Lot. He wants to save his family. The difficulty there is, why doesn't Sora realize that they're angels? Because in many respects we say that Sora in spirituality and in prophecy is greater than Abraham. Kol asher tomar elecha Sora shma b'kolo. So why does she laugh? And that also becomes the understanding of why heaven chastises her. That's why we criticize her in heaven. So that's the second stream. That's probably the way we all learned it in Cheder. Rashi seems to follow that completely. There's a third stream, which is more sophisticated. And it appears in later Achronim and later Meforshim, the Malbim and others. And that is the idea that the Ramban says regarding the man that Yosef met on the road. So who's that man? So Rashi says it's a Malach, it's Gabriel. Excuse me. The Ramban says we don't have to say that. It's an ordinary man, Mr. X. But that the Rabboni Shalom uses ordinary people to convey his will and his message. So the man is an ordinary person. He doesn't know anything about Yosef and his brothers. He only knows somebody asked him for directions. He gave directions. He's never aware of being part of the story. So there are Meforshim who say that that's what happens here too. The Rabboni Shalom used three ordinary Bedouins to convey the message that would carry Avram and Sarah to the moment of their achievement and to the establishment of Klal Yisrael. And that just as Lot is unaware that he's dealing with Malachim, they were also unaware they're dealing with Malachim. And thought they're dealing with ordinary. So if they're dealing with ordinary people, so then you have to, what was the menu and what did he give them to eat and who served them? All of that becomes important because that's how we deal with ordinary people. If we think they're Malachim, Malachim don't eat. You don't have to give them anything. And that therefore, that Vayero Elav Hashem is through ordinary ways. The only thing is, Avram Avinu is sensitive even to ordinary ways. He doesn't need the announcement that God is talking to him. Even in the events of everyday life, it's also Vayero Elav Hashem. And that therefore that is where the greatness of Avram was, that he was always, so to speak, God conscious. He was always aware that somehow heaven is talking to him. So we also, heaven is talking to us. We can't quite decipher the language. We don't know exactly what we're being told, but we would have to be very dense to say that we're not being told something. And therefore, these are different ideas that appear in the simple words of Vayeru Elav Hashem. How do we understand it? And we can understand it in many different ways, because that is how heaven deals with us, according to our stature and our ability to understand it. Rabbi Hanania ben Akash Omer Rotza HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakos Yisrael Lefif Al-Kiv Elahem Torah and Mitzvot Shenemar Adonai Chavetz Man Sitko Yagdil Torah Yavim.